Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome to another video. Today I am back with another plan with me in my Tilly Journals Functional Flexi Planner 7x9. This is for the week of the 10th to the 16th of April using the dream kit from what is now Papershire but used to be Toffee Bananas, and I'm watching How to Train Your Gavin. So this kit is so old. I think that Zenny Shop has been called Papershire for probably 5 or 6 years. This is from right back at the absolute beginnings of my planning experience. And the reason that I'm finally using this kit is because it's the week I bought my wedding dress. So very fun. It's going to be a very fun one to talk about. And I'd always been saving this kit to use for the week before I got married. It has a lot of it's got like a dress, it's got a cake, it's got these kind of elements that all lean into a wedding. And I just always thought I would use this for the week before I got married. But the more I was looking through my kits, the more I thought, no, the real focus of this kit for me is the wedding dresses. And so I think it's just the perfect kit to use for, leaning into a wedding dress rather than being just for a week before getting married. So I decided to go ahead and use it. This was another example of a plan with me where I started filming and then my phone stopped filming for no reason, and I'd already put down some of the glitter headers, so it's just another one of those. But again, thankfully I caught it. And I'm using rose gold foil with this. I went back and forward between rose gold and pink. And obviously the kit is really pink. So pink I think would have looked fine. And actually the pink I was going to use was SPC pink, which is a pinky rose gold. But I decided that because it was so pink, having a little touch of a kind of bronzy colour in there really worked. And the bottom washi that I've used, which you won't see until later on in the video, is the top one is simply gilded and it's got a matching rose gold bow with pink and white elements. It looks so good. I'm so happy that I used it. And then the bottom washi is actually from the special, and then the bottom one is actually from the special day kit from Planner Face. A big shout out to Mel from Mellow Plans who suggested that washi would work. Very grateful for you, Mel, because it looks perfect. So let's go into the day by day because there's a fair amount for us to talk about. So I won't say where any of the functional stickers were from. I mostly shop from the same shops, and I've said them a million times before, so I won't again. But if you want to know where any of them are from, please do let me know. And if I know where it's from, I'll be more than happy to tell you. So first up, on Monday the 10th, I marked that it was Easter Monday. I didn't use an Easter kit for either Easter week because I just had more important things going on than Easter, which I don't really celebrate. So yeah, I just marked that it was Easter Monday. I then marked that I was filming my reading journal. This was when I first started my reading journal. This was probably my April reading journal maybe that I was filming. And I've managed to keep up consistently with my reading journal videos, which is great. So do feel free to check those out on my channel if you think you'd find them interesting. Then while I was working on my reading journal, which it took a long time, was I actually working on... Maybe I was doing the first 3/4, why that took all day. I was listening to The First 15 Lives of Harriet August by Claire North, which was a book club read for work, and I didn't particularly enjoy it, but it took me so long to listen to. It just took up my whole day, and I was very resentful of having spent my whole day listening to it. Then I made a gusto meal. And then I was watching Meet Your Maker on PlayStation Access, which is a game that I will never play, but the PlayStation Access team do really fun videos. And it was this just really fun, I think it must have been Rob probably, who was doing challenges of playing this game. And it was just really fun. So I wanted to mark that. Then I had a bath and then I was reading Raven, which is my favourite book so far this year. It's a graphic novel. It's a Teen Titans revamp. If you like graphic novels, if you like anything remotely superhero, I'd really recommend this series. The art is just absolutely stunning. Then on Tuesday, I marked that I was reading, I've written Count Your Stars, but I was actually reading Count Your Lucky Stars, which is the third book in the Written in the Stars series by Alexandria Bellfleur. I didn't love the first or the third in the series, but the second one is one of my favourite books of the year. Then I marked that I had a busy day of admin. I don't know what I was doing, but clearly it was enough to mark. And then I had a catch up with Susie and my team. We get on really well, so I do often mark when I have catch up with her. Then I was doing voiceovers for Plan With Me, it's just like I am now. Then I marked that I was eating some pizza. watching more Meet Your Maker. And then I marked that I was so tired. I'm not particularly sure why, given we just had the weekend off, but over the weekend I'd been very busy, so I guess maybe I felt like I'd overdone it a bit. I'm going to push forward and keep speaking through this because there's like more to speak about for the weekend, so I figure I'll push forward and then we can talk more about the wedding dress stuff. So then on Wednesday, I marked that I was working on a paper with Susie, and which was like a kind of complex paper that we were having to work on remotely. Then I was doing YouTube admin, whatever YouTube admin that was, probably like descriptions and thumbnails and uploads and things. Then I was in my feelings. Also, I didn't kind of say, but like with this kit, it was quite difficult to plan with because the kit format is so much smaller than I'm used to. So I did bring in a lot of extras from my collection. So from like Planner Face in particular, I don't think you can really tell when you look at like the overall spread. Oh, apologies, my alarm going off there for my 8 a.m. alarm, but I woke up at 7:50, no 6:50, so that was sad. Yeah, so I did have to pull in extra boxes. Then I was watching YouTube, I had a bath. Then I was reading Check Please, which is a graphic novel, a hockey graphic novel. It's very cozy. It's very similar to Heartstopper if you like those kinds of vibes. But it's a sporty one. But I really enjoyed it. It's not perfect. I think it has some pacing issues, but I did really enjoy it. And then I marked that I had some cuddles with Stuart. Then on Thursday, I marked that I have meetings all day. Thursdays are particularly meeting heavy days, I think, in my job. And then I had a migraine, which is not surprising if I'd been in meetings all day. Sometimes I can control it and sometimes I can't. Sometimes it's linked to when I put my glasses on, sometimes it isn't. It's very hit and miss. Then I marked that I had a catch up with Stuart, which I'm sure I'd seen him. I guess we must have just, like, sometimes even though I live with him, it feels like I don't see him that much. I don't know if anybody else ever feels that way. But it's like having quality time together, you know? And then I was messaging Priya all evening. So, we must have had a catch up on the train home actually, because he is normally gaming on a Thursday. So I then was messaging my colleague Priya. We were just catching up. She used to be in my team but moved teams a couple of months ago, and we were literally texting like the whole evening. So cute. She does still work with me. Like, it's not like I don't see her. And then I think in between messaging Priya, I then was having a YouTube binge and just catching up with my watch later playlists. Then on Friday, I love on Friday how I've marked, there's like a doily sticker, which is just like so pretty. And I've just stuck my like therapy sticker because the therapy stickers from Stick with a Plan Co are quite big. So I've put that just on the doily, and I've not written therapy because I figure I know it's therapy. In fact, I don't think I often write that it's therapy. I just stick the sticker down because it's so big. It's like difficult to write underneath it. So yeah, I've just put the therapy sticker down, and I wasn't sure if I would find it difficult to use those doily stickers because I don't typically use this kind of kit where it's like kind of flowery, you know. But actually I really like how it came out, and it means you can really see the rose gold overlay tape underneath. Then I marked that I had an admin day. In general, I have less meetings on a Friday, so was able to actually catch up with some stuff. I then marked that I had McDonald's, so we went to go and watch The Wizard of Oz, which is by a group that like do shows locally. They were doing The Wizard of Oz, and it's like trying to fit that in, and fitting in dinner beforehand is quite difficult, but they have a McDonald's really nearby. So Stuart and I just went to the McDonald's beforehand, had a bit of a catch up, and then went to see Wizard of Oz. Then I marked that I had a bad migraine again, so clearly I was really suffering this week. And then I went home with my mum and dad because on the Saturday we went wedding dress shopping. So I'm kind of mostly caught up now, so we'll talk about that in a bit more detail. So I do have a video for this on my channel, so if you want to like hear me talk about it in excessive detail, then you can, but I'll give you the sort of rundown of what happened. So we went to a wedding show a couple of weeks ago, from like April Cat, me, my mum and my friend Emma, and we were going to go to an appointment with David's Bridal in Watford because they had a massive stand at the wedding show. So we thought, oh, cool. Okay, well, they had this beautiful dress I fell in love with. So we're like, okay, well, we'll make an appointment there. And if you made an appointment and then you bought a dress with them, you would get 20% off when you bought the dress. But when they emailed, it then said that you were only going to get an hour for the appointment. And I really panicked. I wasn't 100% sure what sort of wedding dress I would want. And I felt like an hour was just not long enough to try on wedding dresses when I'd never tried one on before. I didn't know what would look good on me. And a few people had recommended Wed to Be, which is a warehouse, which basically has kind of like old stock wedding dresses. where you would just take it home on the day. And so we agreed that we would go there for me to try wedding dresses on, just to sort of see what would look good on me, with the idea being we would buy one at David's Bridal. And it was really good because Anna from Plannerface was able to come to this appointment as well, and then so were my mum and Emma. So, you know, there was a few of us there. So we went in and you were able to pick 4 dresses off the rack to start with, and then you were going to try them on, and then it said on the website you could try on as many as you wanted. On a Saturday, that's not actually the case, so do be quite careful if you ever go there to pick wedding dresses that you really do want to try on, because 3 of them I did really want to try on, but 1 was a bit of a wild card. And whilst that's useful to know you don't like it, I would have been more thoughtful about my choices if I'd known I could have just tried on as many as I wanted. But it was actually the case that I would have had to have gone back to the beginning of the queue because it was so busy on a Saturday. We got there about 20 minutes after it opened, and when we left 2 hours later, there were people there still waiting that my mum and Emma had seen when they'd come in. So yeah, definitely be more thoughtful than I was. But I found a dress that everybody loved, and I had such a good experience there with Natasha, who was my dress fitter. She was just so lovely. It was like trying on dresses with a best friend, you know, she was just amazing. And yeah, so we found this dress and everyone was like, that's the dress. So, and my mum was very happy because it's like the one part of the wedding that my parents are paying for. And wed-to-be dresses are so much cheaper. This equivalent dress at David's Bridal would have been 3 or 4 grand, and we paid like £700. So it was just like kind of mind-blowing to pay so much less for a dress. And to be honest, I'm so happy that we did take it home, because it was a big decision to take the dress home like then and there, like a year before I get married. But David's Bridal has closed down. And I'm so surprised about that because it's an absolutely massive shop, but yeah, it's shut down. And another wedding dress place that I was going to look at in like a village near my mum, they've closed down as well. And this was something that mum and I had actually spoken about, that we had this big fear that I would buy a dress from somewhere and then it shut down, and then be like holding my, you know, have my dress hostage and not be able to get it and get my alterations done and stuff. So to be honest, having my dress in my hands, yes, I am responsible for my own alterations, but I don't care. I've got it now. It's at my mum's right now. It does usually live here, which is the only downside, is it lives in our spare room, so Stuart can't go in our spare room. But ultimately, I'm really happy with the decision, and I would recommend Wed2be to anyone. So that's my summary. This plan with me is so short because I forgot to write anything on Saturday. But what I'd marked there is the first thing I'd written, go to Wed2be. The second bit there is where I'd put the dress, and then that say yes to the dress is a sticker from a wedding sheet from Squirrel Prints Co. I then got my stickers the wrong way round here, but what I then mark is that we went to Hobbycraft because we were over in Milton Keynes anyway, and obviously me, Emma, Anna and my mum actually are all creative people, so we were like, let's just pop into Hobbycraft while we're here, and Emma had a few bits she wanted to get. Then we went to Costa. Well, we actually went to Costa first, but it didn't work with the stickers. But we actually went to Costa first and had a lunch there before everyone went home. I was then very overwhelmed after buying my dress, to be honest. It was just a lot. I had a lot of feelings. I hadn't expected to come away with a dress. I have a lot of body image issues, and it just kind of freaked me out a bit. So I talk about it a lot more in the vlog if you want to hear me speak about it. But I was like lying on the sofa. I just cried a lot. I was so in my feelings. And then we made a gusto meal. And by we, I probably mean Stuart, because I expect I was just like a ball of tears on the sofa. Then on Sunday, I was still in my feelings. It took me several days to deal with the feelings over the wedding dress, but now I'm totally fine. But I did have a lot of like major anxiety about it. Then I did mark that I still filmed some videos. Then I did some laundry. I think this was probably all part of that vlog, actually. I was filming while putting laundry away. We ordered Greggs for lunch. I was then watching Super Carlin Brothers on YouTube. They do like Harry Potter videos and various other like theory videos, Marvel, Disney, that kind of thing. I really recommend them if you're into that sort of thing. And then I marked that I read some more Check Please, because it's quite a big graphic novel, and then I was reading a volume or a couple of volumes of Fence, which is another sporty graphic novel series about fencing rather than hockey. And I'm not interested in sport at all, but I really enjoyed both of them. So that is going to be it for today's plan with me, because there's the deco along the top for whatever reason, just I did not film it in shot, and I'm not going to be keeping any of the extras from this because I just will not be able to use them with any other kits. If you enjoyed this video, I would really appreciate a like, and if you haven't already, I would love it if you'd subscribe. I will have links in the description to all of my favourite shops, as well as links to my Instagram and my Goodreads if you want to check out any other content from me. Otherwise, I'll see you in my next video. Bye! you.